And to details, during his official visit to the Greek capital Athens, President El-Sisi held talks with a number of Greek officials on Wednesday over bilateral ties, in addition to a number of regional issues with mutual concern. President El-Sisi met with the Greek President and Prime Minister in addition to Greek senior officials. More details in the following report.
President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi held talks with Greek officials on Wednesday that centered on bilateral ties and regional and international issues with mutual concern, including combating illegal immigrations, the latest developments in the East Mediterranean, plus ways to combat terrorism and extremist thoughts. President el-Sisi met with Greek Prime Minister Kyriakos Mitsotakis and held a joint press conference after the talks, during which the head of state said Egypt and Greece had agreed to cooperate to face all threats challenging regional security. President el-Sisi expressed Egypt's supporting stance toward the Cypriot crisis. Concerning the Libyan crisis, the president stressed that the comprehensive settlement is the only way to end the Libyan crisis. Meanwhile, the president sent his condolences to victims' families of the powerful earthquake that leveled buildings across Greece and Turkey. For his part, the Greek premier said Egypt and Greece are an example of cooperation coined by signing maritime demarcation deal. Mitsotakis reiterated that Egypt plays a pivotal role in combating illegal immigration from Africa to Europe, as well as a significant role in realizing peace and stability in the region. Also on Wednesday, President el-Sisi held talks with his Greek counterpart Katerina Sakelopoulou at the presidential palace in Athens, during which the president reaffirmed Egypt's supporting stance towards Greece against any escalations that would threaten its borders and its interests in the East Mediterranean. The president stressed the significance of fostering the already distinguished bilateral ties and reiterated the importance of the maritime demarcation deal, saying it reflects the strong relations and understanding between the two nations. The head of state confirmed that combating terrorism and extremism is not linked to any religion or culture. President el-Sisi expressed Egypt's keenness to enhance the bilateral ties, especially on the economic and trade levels, through increasing the volume of Greek investments in Egypt. He also invited his Greek counterpart to visit Egypt. For her part, the Greek president hailed President el-Sisi's visit, asserting on the profound historical bilateral ties that bind the two nations. She stressed the significance of discussions with President el-Sisi that tackle the serious Turkish escalation that threatens the East Mediterranean region, insisting that the maritime demarcation deal is not only important to the two countries but also to the whole region as well. The Greek leader expressed her appreciation to Egypt's supporting stance on various levels. Earlier on the day, President el-Sisi laid a wreath at the tomb of the unknown soldier in Athens. During his visit, President el-Sisi also meets with the Parliament Speaker as well as the Minister of Energy and Environment. Presidential spokesman Ambassador Bassam Radi said the visit comes within the framework of the two friendly countries' keenness to continue consultations at the bilateral level. Radi said the talks center on means to consolidate bilateral ties and tackle horizons of cooperation in addition to available investment opportunities in Egypt in light of joint and national mega projects around the country.
Due to the strong cultural and historical ties between the two nations, Egypt and Greece today enjoy friendly relations. Modern diplomatic relations between the two countries were established after Greece gained its independence back in 1821 and are today regarded as cordial. More details.
The Egyptian-Greek relations are historical ones indeed, dating back to 300 BC, and yet currently both countries strive to maintain the strength of these relations by fostering mutual cooperation and seeking agreements that serve the interests of both countries. Among those interests are the obviously growing investments between the two countries during the last period. Investments between Egypt and Greece have been significantly growing since 2004. In March 2020, Ambassador of Greece in Egypt said that Egypt is a top destination for Greek investment. The fields of Greek investment in Egypt are mainly concentrated in cement manufacturing, oil and gas exploration, and extraction, construction, food industry, manufacturing of building materials and paints, aluminium production, distribution and logistics, irrigation systems, banking, sea and air transportation, and training services. Greece is the fourth largest European investor in Egypt, with around 208 Greek companies in the Egyptian market. Egypt and Greece, particularly during the last 6 years, strive to strengthen their relations. During the Greek economic crisis that began in 2010, Greece moved towards establishing strong cooperation with several countries, including Egypt. In May 2020, Egypt and Greece discussed ways of cooperation to return tourism between both countries amid the coronavirus pandemic while taking preventive measures. They also discussed arranging joint tourism programs to be promoted to the world. In August 2020, Egypt and Greece signed an agreement for the delimitation of the exclusive economic zone between both countries in the east of the Mediterranean Sea, a region that includes big reserves of oil and gas. Thus, we know that the economic relations and agreements that brought Egypt and Greece together have undergone considerable development during the last 6 years. They proceeded to cover a wide range of activities and to open up broader prospects for pushing relations towards further development in the future.
President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi conveyed his condolences on Wednesday for the death of Sheikh Khalifa bin Salman Al Khalifa. Earlier on the day, the Bahrain's royal palace announced their Prime Minister, Sheikh Khalifa bin Salman Al Khalifa, had passed away. Bahrain state news agency said that Sheikh Khalifa passed away at Mayo Clinic Hospital in the United States. The statement said the burial ceremony will take place upon the repatriation of his body, and the funeral will be limited to a specific number of relatives. Official mourning has been declared for a week. Meanwhile, Bahrain appointed Crown Prince Salman bin Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa as the new Prime Minister.
Egypt condemned in the strongest term a bomb blast which struck a World War I commemoration attended by Western diplomats in the Saudi city of Jeddah on Wednesday, leaving at least 2 people wounded. A foreign ministry statement expressed Egypt's wish of a speedy recovery for the injured in the attack, the second assault on diplomatic missions in recent weeks. According to the statement, Cairo expressed its dismay of such ill practices which violate human norms and deeds, renewing its supportive stance towards Saudi Arabia while tackling procedures to preserve its security and stability. Diplomats from France, Greece, Italy, Britain, and the United States were in attendance at the Armistice Day commemoration ceremony in the Red Sea port city, according to a joint statement from their embassies that condemned the cowardly attack. While condemning the shameful attack, the embassies of the countries involved in the commemoration lauded brave Saudi first responders who assisted those at the scene. The European Union delegation in the kingdom also thanked Saudi emergency services while urging local authorities to hold a prompt and thorough investigation of the attack.